We are ready to get underway in front of more than 14,000 fans here at the Kohl Center. It is only the second time since this building opened up in 1998 that a women's basketball game has been sold out. Double team early on for Sharon Goodman. Gabby Marshall from deep. She had a cold shooting day for fans.
And that was because of the double team that came, and Williams passed out of the double, which is an improvement for her.
More from Porter, driving baseline. She's only 5'4", and she turns the ball over. Molly Davis the other way. Straight into the paint. Beautiful bounce pass to Marshall, who can't finish. Two have 15 free throws. Historically, if teams do that, they have the best chance of beating the Hawkeyes. Goodman cleans up Clark's miss.
About going inside.
I mentioned Goodman. She averaged 1 point a game last year. She's up to 9 so far this season. For Wisconsin, keep in mind, the last game they played, they had only 2 points the first 7 minutes of action.
Well, but they were getting good shots. And so, I mean, sometimes the ball just doesn't go in.
They go in there for Kate.
Listen, and she said it wasn't some big dramatic, you know, come to kumbaya moment. It was more like, hey, this is what we need.
Back in the paint. This is Copeland guarding Clark.
Well, Marissa Mosley thinks that Sanaya Copeland is their best defender. I wouldn't disagree with that. She was a little too aggressive on that one.
Big assignment for the sophomore. She will start and has started on Clark, who's scoreless after a few minutes of action. Great find, however, to Molly Davis, in and out. Recovering from injury, and the Lake Forest, Illinois native drives the lane but misses. Clark with her first board of the day. Clark might just keep this thing. Oh, look at that dribble! Leisinger guarding Clark. Hanna Stuelke through a double team, draws a whistle. This is an Iowa team that has won 20. The last time Wisconsin beat the Hawkeyes was
by the Badgers.
They had only 1 point in their last game when they played and lost to Butler. Here's Clark looking for her first points of the game. Down the lane, she gets the layup. Against traveling. That's something I know other coaches have been wanting to keep an eye on for Caitlin Clark.
And it might have been a travel. She's been playing that way.
Just say Caitlin, and everyone knows who you're talking about in the world of sports. Here's the turnover. The Hawks are pushing. Nice feed from Clark, and Stuelke back to pick up the slack. And the big 4 and 5 starter they lost last year, McKenna Warnock. Here's Clark with a deep three-pointer, around and out. Copeland too strong on the three. Porter guarding Clark. Another nice feed from Clark. Stuelke with the second effort.
Caitlin Clark is so good at transition. Name me a better player in transition, and I will say you're lying.
Sure enough, more than 14,000 fans once again. Clark thought she had Stuelke back there. And that's a turn to drive the lane in a way that's rare to see in this sport. Stuelke spinning around a double team. Fouls on Sarah Williams, who will head to the bench, and we mentioned at the top of it. Nia Tramick with the miss. Ball's out of bounds. Martin to a cutting Clark for 2. And another one.
She is showing that she's just as effective without the ball as she is with the ball. As you see her right there making that nice basket cut and finish. The other area against her is she's finishing through contact at a higher clip than she was her first few years.
A top 5 ranked team. They continue to hold the lead over Iowa. We approach 2 minutes left in the first. Clark to Stuelke. Marshall guarding Porter. And there's a turnover for the Hawks. Wisconsin will turn the ball over. They lose about 17 of them per game this season. Stuelke, give and go. Season only played in 5 games then. Only played 3 minutes in that outing yesterday. There goes Clark on the drive. Clark on her. Davis with the rebound. There's about a 2-second difference between the game and shot clock, so Clark will hold things up. Eight seconds. Kate Martin from deep. Goodman keeps it alive. Final attempt from Davis.
The smallest player out there right now for Iowa. And she's right there in the mix. You can see her right there. No one's worried about boxing her out, and you never give up on a possession.
Titles as an assistant coach at UConn. Davis's free throws are good. We are not points to go along with more than 750 boards, 750 assists in her career. No man or woman in college basketball had ever done that before.
And when you think about Caitlin Clark, you automatically think about the step back three, but she's more than just a shooter. She can get to the rim, she can create for herself, finish through contact at a higher rate, and then move without the ball. The more she has to do, then the less I like Iowa as a team. I like
Ever since then, she's averaging almost 15 a contest. She's been playing so good that, to your point, Lisa Bluter told us WNBA teams are starting to sniff around about her specifically. And she's been so much better at that this season that it just means they can get so much more out of her.
If they can get her to about 35 minutes a game this season, that'd be great.
She puts her paw off there.
It'll be interesting to see defensive dead balls.
Stuelke against Williams. There's a good look for Kate Martin. This time they beat them. That's 27 consecutive wins for the Hawkeyes in this rivalry.
And every time you mention that stat, I'm going to tell you these young kids for Wisconsin do not care.
Stuelke hits the first free throw, so chat from her head coach. Porter lets it fly. Sydney Affolter with the board. Clark with Copeland on her like a glove. Feuerbach. Iowa's still yet to hit a three. Affolter. Stramick with the ball.
But right here, let's just take a look at this on-ball defense. And so now we're back to Sanaya Copeland guarding her, and she's given her all kinds of fits. You can even see from Copeland.
Marissa Mosley told us they mostly want to try to frustrate Caitlin Clark, make her take tough shots. Don't give her any open looks. So far, they've mostly been able to do that. Although Clark finds space in a hard cave in the game. Guarding Porter, the Hawkeyes have a 5-on-4 as Porter's slow to pick up. Martin from deep. Affolter with a foul on Jimenez. Back at that back door from Clark.
Well, just watch how she sets up Sanaya. So she's casual, and then boom, she explodes to the rim. So she lulls her to sleep, and then she gives it a first.
Affolter's first point of the game. His lead is 2. Hawkeye team that, once again, is great at scoring. Ian. And McCabe has the board. Martin will fire and hit. 5-point lead. That's their largest lead so far today as Kate Martin, the first three-pointer for Iowa after 8 straight misses.
That'll be a zone buster.
Beautiful defense by Copeland as Smith has to force up a shot as the shot clock's expiring. And there's a beautiful outlet from Clark to Stuelke. Affolter with the follow. Copeland shot offline. Clark with the board. Iowa running again. Clark will stop and pop around the drive. You can see the look in her eyes. The entire crowd knows something interesting is about to happen. And this might be another one of those moments. Takes it all the way in.
Pace. They're not walking it up. They're not slowing it down. They're matching Iowa right now in transition.
Clark will inbound.
Sometimes, Mike, it's all it takes is that one to open it up.
Martin gets her own rebound. Puts it back up and in. Jimenez loses the ball. Gabby Marshall scoops it up. Clark wants it. Clark fires.
Iowa's so good. They're so efficient in out of bounds plays, baseline out of bounds plays, and they have.
This is Kate Martin's 111th straight start. She started playing in the Carter administration, I believe. Kicked ball, it'll stay with Iowa. When Caitlin Clark and the Hawkeyes come to town. Schrammick, the senior, only had 1 point in the last game, making a bigger impact today. She's already got 5. Marshall to Martin. The threes are so tough to come by for Iowa, but the rebounds are not. Marshall hits that one. Second difference between shot and game clocks. They switch on Clark. 3 to shoot for Affolter. Clark will heave it and drop it from way downtown. And she gives the Jordan shrug to the fans. Porter at the buzzer. I was thinking you're just going to leave it at good, which I think works for number 22. I mean, this is real nice, Clark. Real nice. 10-point lead for the Hawkeyes at halftime. Said one team has Caitlin Clark and the other one doesn't.
And we talked about Caitlin Clark and how she has grown as a player. She doesn't just need the ball in her hands to be effective. A little give and go action here. She can get to the rim. She's not just a shooter. A little push off here to create some space, but she can drive and finish through the contact, which is an added development for her. But hey, let's not forget, she can shoot. I hate it for Wisconsin. I do, because she was playing so well. She was a perfect 5 for 5 from the field, and now she's not even going to be able to start this third quarter.
That's right. She's sitting out right now on the bike. We'll see when she does join this game.
And that was Brooke Schrammick, who I really want to see step up. When Sarah Williams goes out, then we need that senior to show herself.
Who specifically has to step up? You mentioned Schrammick. You want Williams to stay out of foul trouble. Who else? I would argue 24, Leitzinger guarding Clark, who makes an athletic move earlier. How important she has been to this team since the Kansas State loss. Her scoring has skyrocketed, and they've gone undefeated, 6-0 since. Look at Caitlin Clark, split out. And Molly Davis has the board. Here's Sharon Goodman. We called her name a bunch in the first few minutes, but not after. That's an offensive.
And Caitlin Clark said, hey, my partner in crime, Kate Martin, is out, so I'm just going to go ahead and handle this whole possession by myself.
Nice feed inside to Stuelke in a battle down there in a paint. So here's Hanna Stuelke, an 83% free throw shooter on the season. She's actually the best on the team in terms of percentage from the line. Really improved nicely. They needed her to step up with Monica Sanano leaving. She's gone from 6 points a game last year to 11 this year. And she's got some space. Been a tough day from the three-point line. Only 6 made total. But when you can get passes like Copeland away on Stuelke, no whistle there. There's a whistle.
We talked about it, Mike. It's you know, the missed layups by Wisconsin, but here Caitlin, she wanted that. She tried to sell
because she picked up 3 fouls fairly quickly. She also picked up 11 points, so it was an effective 7 minutes of action. We'll see if they go to her offensively and see if the Hawkeyes try to attack her.
Offensively, but yes, you're very aware of it. You have someone on the bench that's keeping track of things like that.
Williams, that's her 4th foul.
And we talked about Iowa earlier in the first half and their ability to score, how just efficient they are out of bounds plays. But here on the other end, Sarah Williams, she initiates that contact. You've got to play with your arms straight up.
Great find from Stuelke to Affolter. Trying to do work in the post without her partner there. And here comes Clark. Picked up the dribble, finds a wide open Kylie Feuerbach for three. And a 12-2 run overall.
Kylie Feuerbach is a three-point shooter, and she said, see, I'm a three-point shooter.
7-41. The Hawkeyes have made their last 5 field goals in a row, including both three-pointers, which is a sight they love seeing after a very disappointing first half of shooting the three. Affolter with their first miss from deep in this. A few players have 2 fouls. Nobody has 3. Here's Clark, baseline. Gets her own rebound. Fires it out, and the ball is moving now for the Hawkeyes. For a few years ago when she was a sophomore, her nickname on the team was the Mother Hen. I mean, she is a big, important part of the heart. Direct meaning and more of like, yeah.
Okay, I gotcha. I went to Michigan. Sometimes things just go right over my head.
Yeah, that school's not known for great education,
not
right?
At all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Less than 10 to shoot. Martin drives. A full head of steam going down the court. She can be real dangerous. The lead is 13 for the Hawkeyes. Sellout crowd here in Madison, more than 14,000 fans. Marvelous feed.
She's a capable three-point shooter. She's not known for her three, but when you drive, what it does is it opens up an opportunity for you to score from the three.
Fans trying to make some noise for the home team here. Beautiful save by Kate Martin, and it lets McCabe rip it.
Taylor McCabe, she's a specialist, and that's what she does. She's a three-point shooter.
Save from Kate Martin, keeping the play alive.
I mean, just headsy. I see what Clark was trying to do with that back cut, but just a headsy play by Martin, and just a great look on the kickback. I mean, you've got one job, is to shoot it.
McCabe, a former Nebraska Gatorade Player of the Year. Here's Clark from deep, building momentum. Porter almost steals it away. Caitlin Clark's third three-pointer of the day.
And I know that Sanaya Copeland thinks she's playing good defense, but her hands aren't up. And then look at Caitlin. She's having fun. I mean, sometimes we're not kids, but they're young adults, and they're supposed to have fun playing this game.
She finds a way to have a lot of fun playing this game.
And we have a lot of fun watching her play this game.
Look at that pass. My goodness, can the Hawkeyes...
We just saw back-to-back give-and-go baskets.
And then Martin gets the... Our experts discuss everything happening in the conference. On Big Ten today, 9 rebounds and 3 assists before we get to about 9 seconds difference between shot and game. And there's Sydney Affolter with the steal, coast to coast, and the finish. I thought a fascinating word for, quote, a dog.
A dog. I love that. And that is a compliment. When your coach calls you a dog, then that's a good thing.
That's our State Farm state of success. She's playing with 4. Clark from deep.
Bang! She doesn't foul out, but just keep going at her. But Caitlin Clark, I mean, we talked about repeatedly about her ability to play without the ball. Her ball one possession at a time.
O'Grady gets through that double team. Bounce pass from Clark. And O'Grady with a fadeaway shot. Affolter with another rebound. 9 rebounds for her career. She had 22 points, 20 rebounds, and 10 assists. Doesn't look necessarily like a triple-double is going to happen, but then again, with Caitlin, you can't count anything out.
You just can't count anything now, like you said, Mike. Like, you just never know.
That's a wonderful look to Marshall, who can't finish the 3. Schrammick's trying to save it, but Affolter pulls it down. And here comes Iowa with a 4-on-2 break. Easy peasy for Addie O'Grady. Freshman last year, she looked me right in the eye and said, none. There are 0 challenges to that, Mike. I thought, yeah, I deserve that answer. That's fair. Stuelke. And a bounce pass to Williams. Too strong.
And that's probably the easiest look that she's gotten all night. And right now, Wisconsin, I mean, look at it out there, Mike. They've got 3 sophomores, a senior and a freshman on the court right now.
Stuelke, 2 more. Porter gets 2 more. She's up to 17 points. That's a team high. Stuelke with the left hand. 4 fouls. Kate Martin comes away with it. Another 4-on-3 opportunity for the Hawkeyes. And pass winning. Martin loses her defender. And the Hawkeyes clearly know that the clock is on their side. They're in no hurry. Five to shoot. Stuelke. Leisinger's shot is offline. You know, in the pregame warm-ups, there were sections of girls behind the basket who were saying, "Hi, Caitlin Clark," in unison, trying to get her attention time after time. There are so many 22 jerseys you see all around the arena time today.
Kylie's known as a three-point shooter, but what she's shown us is she can also put the ball on the ground.
And his shot well guarded by the Hawkeyes. That's Stuelke for an easy from a 3-game absence with a leg injury. Another turnover by the Badgers. That's now 18 on the day. Stuelke's approaching her own career high. She's 3 points away from 22. Stuelke's 1 point.
Then why not?
Foul on Porter.
She's got to be taking care of her body and doing the right thing. So young ones, if you're out there listening to me now, get your sleep, drink your water, take care, stretch, take care of yourselves.
The Big Ten tournament in Minneapolis, and I'm laughing because you better get them now. They're gonna go quickly. This will take an open look. Clark with another board. Clark falls down. Ooh, she looks hurt and is slow to get up.
And you know what? It's time.
It's time. She is coming out.
Let's take her out now. It's time.
Looked like that left knee just made direct contact on the floor, and you can hear the crowd give her the applause she deserves. The Shawnometer up to 3,041 for Clark. Hawkeyes will pick up their 10th to begin the season last year. And by the way, they also lost to K-State in the non-conference last year. Things ended up just fine for them.
What I love about Caitlin Clark and her, we talk about her maturity and her growth, is she says, look, let's not get too high, let's not get too low, let's not get caught up in the wins, and let's not, you know, lose ourselves over the losses. Let's just try to stay where it is right now, and this program is definitely improved.
14,252. Got to watch the Iowa Hawkeyes win by 22 points. That makes 7. Their win streak on the season has now moved. Sarah Williams in foul trouble early on. That took away an important presence inside for their opponent. And it gave the Hawkeyes their 10th win on the season in 11 tries. Caitlin Clark ended up with 28 points, 4 3-pointers, 50% shooting from deep. And the stuff she did inside was impressive too. Great cutting all day, give and go with her teammates. The 3-pointers were not falling early on for Caitlin Clark, so she found a way to provide offense as she usually does, but it didn't last long. The deep shots continued to go down, as they always do. Her percentage from really deep, more than 3 feet behind the line, is amazing. 68% on the season from shots that are 3 feet or more behind the 3-point line.